Read it. I hope you realized why I kept this solution in the textbook only, because you realize it is the same type of question again. But then a question should arise that if it is same, then why did you keep? You could have removed it. I'll tell you there are two reasons why. Not 13 reasons why, but only two. Ready everyone? Okay. Now the first reason why is because, can you see students, for the other fixed income securities which was debatable in the previous question, here can you see that same information is given, current realizable value and all. You remember previous question ICA had ignored this, but in this question can you see they have considered exactly what I told you last time. I hope you are able to understand. Why? Why? Because now do you realize they have not given that line at the end that other fixed income securities are to be calculated at cost, are to be taken at cost. Are you clear now what I am saying? So I hope you understand what is to be done in the exam. Do this only. But in case they say, no, you take it at cost, then okay, we'll take it at cost. If they are not saying anything about it, we will take it at the realizable value. Everyone following? Clear? Okay. Now, um, moving on to one more point. Students, can you see this line? This is also extra as compared to the previous question. So only 2 points were there extra. So I did not want to waste all of your time again in writing everything, which is why, but I wanted you all to know about these points. So I took a middle way of putting the solution also here only. It's okay, na? Hello, right? 2 points only are there. 1 point I wanted to show you about current realizable value of fixed income securities. The second point is this one. Now, what happens is they are saying that during the year, no, we paid operating expenses amounting to 2.24 lakhs. And if you see the entire solution, they have not given any adjustment to that particular data. Why? Because students, do you realize they have already given to you the closing cash balance? No. Do you realize operating expenses and all must have been paid out of this only? So after paying all the operating expenses, the net cash which is available is 2.76, which I have taken into consideration. Everyone, are you all able to understand what I am saying? Hence, in exam, if this line comes, I just wanted you all to know that don't ignore it basically. You're understanding now, because you have already taken the closing cash balance. Operating expenses maximum what they would have done, they would have reduced your cash. Since already closing cash you have taken, this line becomes irrelevant. Everyone clear? I think they have given note also here. ICA has given note, see, check. Everyone clear, no? 100% following. Okay. Now I want to tell you, in one of ICAI's past exam questions, listen carefully. In one of ICAI's past exam questions, they gave same question. Okay? They gave same question, and in information they wrote, based on following information as on 31/3/2014, determine the NPV. Basically they gave you a date. Okay, that this is the closing date 31/3/2014. Can I say that date doesn't matter? You just normally do the calculation. But then in cash they wrote in bracket 1/4/2013. Tell me, what difference does that solution create? Come on. What difference will it create? Yes. Do you realize you should not now take this cash? You should take this cash minus the operating expenses. Are you all able to understand? Because now operating expenses will be taken into consideration, no? If that is opening cash. Full clarity is there? Okay. So in the notebooks, na, just write question 21 solution in notebook, in textbook. And below that write one note. Question 21 solution in textbook, and below that write one note. Ready? The note please write down. In case the cash balance given is opening cash balance, in case the cash balance given is opening cash balance, comma, then deduct operating expenses paid during the year, then deduct operating expenses paid during the year, then deduct operating expenses paid during the year. From the same. To calculate closing cash balance, to calculate closing cash balance, comma, which will then be used in NAV calculation. Which will then be used in NAV calculation. Which will then be used in NAV calculation. All understood? Okay, that's it. Students, next question. Question number 19. Again, one very nice question made by ICAI. Please read question number 19 carefully. Are we ready? I'll start. Everyone ready? Okay. So what they are saying, a mutual fund issued 10 lakh units of 10 each. Okay. Which means, do you realize that this mutual fund issued and raised 1 crore rupees? Come on, everyone. 1 crore rupees they raised. And once they raised this 1 crore rupees, do you realize they purchased investments worth 98 lakh rupees? Come on, everyone. You're able to understand they purchased investments worth 98 lakh rupees. Now don't write, I'm just writing something, don't write. This is question number what? 19. Don't write, wait. I'm just making one working note and I am writing here opening cash balance. Do you realize is 100 lakh minus 98 lakh, that is rupees 2 lakh. Do you all agree? This mutual fund starts with 2 lakh rupee cash, 98 lakh rupee investments. Okay. During the year, dividends of 12 lakh rupees were received. Hey, do you realize I will add the dividends received, okay, of rupees 12 lakh. Students, now do you realize what this working note is all about? Calculation of closing cash balance. Everyone following? I am doing a calculation of closing cash balance. I am writing here particulars, calculation and amount. Everyone ready? Particulars, calculation and amount. So opening cash balance 2 lakh, add dividends 12 lakh. Everyone clear till here? Next, what all you are getting now? Listen to me. Wherever you will be getting cash, let's keep putting it in this working note so that we will get closing cash. In the previous 3 questions, they had given to us closing cash. It was so simple for us. But here now we have to first do little bit hard work to figure out what is our closing cash. We know we raised 100 lakh. We invested 98, so 2 lakh only cash we had to start. Then during the year we got 12 lakh rupees dividend. Let's see what all we are going to get. Interest on all types of debt securities were received as and when due. So do you realize you will get 3 types of interest now, some from these debt investments. So first I'll get interest on 7% securities. So I'll write here interest on 7% securities. Do you realize will be 8 lakh into 7%, that is 56,000. Apart from that, I will get interest on 9% debentures, 5 lakh into 9%, that is 45,000. Apart from that, I'll get interest on 10% debentures, 5 lakh into 10%. Students, explanation clear? We are going on a journey from, do you realize, closing cash? I'm sorry, we are going on a journey from opening cash to closing cash. Just 1 minute. There was some disturbance coming here, no? It has gone now. You were able to see some line kind of a thing here. It was there from start only. Just now it came, no? It's gone now. Okay. Ready, everyone? All right. Anyways, so interest on understood now, all kinds of interest we received. What else is happening with cash? Students, do you realize operating expenses paid during the year are rupees 5 lakh. Hey, I will now deduct this because right now I'm going from opening to closing, no? So 5 lakh rupee operating expenses I'll deduct. So I'll write less operating expenses paid 5 lakh. 5 lakh, no? 5 lakh. And that will, can you please give me closing cash, please? $10 lakh, no, sorry. Hey, people are giving different answers again. What is happening in this batch? Simple calculation, no, do no properly. 10 lakh 51,000. Thank you. 10 lakh 51,000. Okay, 10 lakh 51,000. Done? Okay. So you got closing cash. But what was the goal of doing this entire calculation? Why am I doing this? I am doing this so that I can then go ahead to do NAV, no? And in NAV you realize I will then, Raghunandan, that is part 2 of the question. Okay, first they are asking you NAV, na? Okay, so we'll now go ahead to do NAV. So I'll write here calculation of NAV, and in that, if you remember, we will do particulars calculation amount. Now students, please listen carefully. Do you realize if I want to calculate NAV, I will have to consider the market value of the shares I own. I will have to calculate the market value of the 7% securities, market value of the 9% debentures, market value of the 10% debentures, and cash. I hope you are getting it. These will be the market value of the assets held by the mutual fund. Everyone understanding now what I am doing? And then liabilities, if any, will be subtracted. Then we will divide by number of units. Everyone clear? Okay. Now let's talk about this. They are saying at the end of the year, equity shares and debentures. Okay. Equity shares and the debentures, 9% debentures. Oh, I'm sorry, they're talking of 10%. Hold on. Equity shares and 10% debentures. Okay. They are saying are quoted at 175% and 90% respectively of face value. Everyone listening, of face value. Students, what is the face value of equity shares? 100 rupees per share. 100 rupees per share is trading at 175% of 100. Do you realize 175% of 100 is 175? Which means when I purchased those shares, no, the shares were having a market value of 160. But as of today, the market value has gone to 175. Are you all able to understand? They have gone to 175. So what I will do is, we have got 50,000 shares. We have got 50,000 shares, and each share, do you realize, is having a price of 175 today, and that gives you the valuation as 87,50,000. Now I would like to also tell you that if this would have been a face-to-face class, no, then I would have asked people to try this on their own, because you all are sitting with each other, no, you can help each other. But here you are right now sitting alone, so you will require more help of teacher. But just telling you that when you are sitting in groups and people start solving, no, you know what mistake they do? They take 175% of this 80 lakh, and that becomes wrong. I hope you are understanding. 80 lakh is not the face value. I hope you realize 50 lakh is the face value. Everyone listening now, it is 50 lakh is the face value. Now 50,000 into 100. It is 175% of this number, not 175% of this. Hello. It is 175% of 100, not 175% of 160. I hope I am clear. The common mistake that people do. So I hope you understood the error. Okay. Similarly, students, now I'll just remove this marking. Now, for the 10% debentures, they are saying it is 90% of face value. Here, do you realize I have no option but to assume that this also is the face value, because there is no information only given. So we will consider this 5 lakh only to be the face value, right? We will consider the 5 lakh only to be the face value, and we will take 90% of it. So I'll write here 5 lakh into 90%. Yes, 5 lakh into 90%, 4.5 lakh rupees is the value of the debentures. What about the other two? They are saying no, others, no, you take it at par. Everyone clear? Others, you take it at par. Which means, can I say 8 lakh and 5 lakh as it is? I will take. So I'll write here 8 lakh and 5 lakh. Sir, what about cash? I hope you realize we have already calculated it to be 10,51,000. Full clarity is there. Hello. Okay, yeah. So give me market value of total assets, no? Okay, thank you. 1 crore 15 lakh 51,000. 1 crore 15 lakh 51,000. Let us subtract liabilities. Students, I think there are no liabilities in the question. Check, no? They have not given anything, no? Okay. So since liabilities are not there, we'll take it as dash. And do you realize you get net assets as 1 crore 15 lakh 51,000 divided by number of units. Can you please tell me on chat box how many units are there? 10 lakh? Okay. If I divide by 10 lakh units, I will get NAV as what? 115.51? No, 11.55. Okay, 11.55. Everyone done? Rupees 11.55 will be the NAV. All clear? 100%? Okay. Now that you have understood this, then they are also saying also, Raghunandan, you understood first NAV, and then they are saying also again find the NAV if the mutual fund distributed zero point 0.8 rupees per unit during the year. Now students, if the mutual fund distributes dividend, I hope you are realizing we are not talking of dividends that the equity shares will give to the mutual fund. We are talking of the dividends that the mutual fund will give to its unit holders. Everyone clear? So here they are saying that we are going to be distributing zero point 0.8 per unit. 0.8 per unit means, do you realize your total dividend will be 8 lakh rupees, because 10 lakh units you have into 0.8, meaning 8 lakh rupees you will have to give dividends. If 8 lakh rupee you are going to give dividends, do you realize that your cash balance will come down by 8 lakh rupees? If your cash balance will come down by 8 lakh rupees, net assets will come down by 8 lakh rupees. And accordingly, we have to recalculate the NAV. Are you all able to understand? So, I am writing here, if mutual fund distributes 10 lakh units into zero point 0.8, that is rupees 8 lakh as dividend, I'll write here cash balance, and therefore net assets will reduce by rupees 8 lakh. Therefore, revised NAV will be 1 crore 15 lakh 51,000 minus 8 lakh, the whole divided by 10 lakh, and that will come to rupees 10.75. Are you all able to understand? Revised NAV. I can also say something like this to all of you, that revised NAV, can I say my original NAV per unit was 11.55? Per unit I am reducing zero point 0.8. Lol. Are you all able to understand? It is the same answer, 10.75. You understood, na? Per unit. What I am doing, I am subtracting 8 lakh from the whole. So of course per unit 8 lakh divided by 10 lakh, na, 0.8 only will be the effect. Everyone clear? Like that. So I hope you understood this nice question. Ready? It's all, you can calculate this. Copy this please. Thank you. Question 19. All done. Friends, this was question number 19. Now I would request you to come to question number 22 and cancel it, because I don't know how to solve it actually. Question number 22. Cancel and write there, sir doesn't know how to solve this. Hence cancelled. Hey, shameless people, you're understanding it is same question by mistake copy pasted. Huh? It got copy pasted. Yes. Yeah. It is the same as 19th. Exact same. Na? I think everything is same. So please, please cancel it. Question. You can write there at the side. Same as question 19. Okay. Question 22. Same as question 19. Okay. All right. Students, question number 10. Frequently asked. Question number 10. Frequently asked question. Read only till point number A. Okay. Read only till point number A. So they are saying that a mutual fund has the following assets and prices. Now students, do you remember Cinderella question, the first question we did today? Cinderella, huh? That question, remember? Okay. So now do you understand that what you have to do? You have to simply take the shares and multiply by the market price per share and get the total market value of the assets held. There are no liabilities, so minus liabilities 0, divided by number of units. I think point A you should try on your own. You can do it. Point number A, same as Cinderella. In fact, in Cinderella there were liabilities also. Here there are no liabilities also. Same question. Okay, start. Get me point A and then I'll tell you what to do. Don't go to point B. Start.
issue में
Got the answers? 119.05. 0475 will round off to 05. All got this? Anybody needs help? This is 119.05. Hey, where are your videos? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Everyone ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಪುರಿഞ്ഞുದಾ? ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪುರಿഞ്ഞുದಾ? Okay. Now that you have understood till here, Ardha Mainda is also there na, in some language. I don't know. I think it is in Telugu, if I am not wrong. Ardha Mainda. Okay, so Arthaita, Ardha Mainda, and Purinyuda. 3 words. Teachers help. Okay. So now that you have got 119.05, now read point number B. Read carefully, please. Point number B. Ready? They are saying, assume that Mr. X and HNI sent a check of 50 lakh to the fund. Okay? The fund manager purchases 18,000 shares of C and the balance is held in the bank. What will be the position of the fund? Okay, hold on. So, what happens? This question number 10. Point number A done. Now we are doing point A and B or 1 and 2. What is it? A and B, no? Okay. So, point number B. Okay. Mr. X invests rupees 50 lakh in the fund. Students, you know, na, in an open-ended fund, there is anytime entry, anytime exit, anyone can come in. Everyone ready, no? Okay. So, of this 50 lakh, what the mutual fund does? $18,000 shares of C Limited purchased. Correct? 18,000 shares of C Limited purchased. Now, C Limited, do you realize, is trading at 264.4. So, someone please tell me how much money went into investing 18,000 into 264.4. And that is how much? 47,59,200. 47,59,200. Then that means, students, how much is the balance? 50 out of 50 lakh, 47 lakh we purchase the shares. No, are you able to understand? So the balance, can I say 2,40,800? Thank you. Do you realize will be cash? Come on, everyone. That will be cash. Till your story clear? Now, revised position. Hold on. Before I go to revised position, there is one thing I want to tell you. Students, do you realize that when Mr. X will invest in this mutual fund, do you all agree that the mutual fund will have to issue units to Mr. X? Come on, everyone. Mr. X now will get some units. So, number of units issued by the mutual fund to Mr. X will be 50 lakh divided by 119.05. Are you all understanding what I am doing here? 50 lakh divided by 190. Because students, when Mr. X is investing, at that time NAV is 119. Come on, everyone. and therefore do you realize he will get the units based on 119.05 NAV, and that comes to I think 42,000 units. 42,000 units. All Zoom people clear now? Others understood? 42,000 units. So therefore, do you realize that total units of the mutual fund, do you realize already how many units were there? 8 lakh units were there. Now another 42,000 they are issuing. The total units that will be outstanding now will be 8 lakh 42,000 units. Please know mutual fund units now they keep changing every day. Everyone ready? No, it is not fixed like equity shares. Because anytime entry, anytime exit is there. No, so it will keep fluctuating. Everyone done? So it has now become 8 lakh 42. So now if I want to calculate revised position, no, students, this I am giving it to you as a task. Please listen very carefully. What you have to do is, you have to replicate what you did some time back. Everything same. But you know what will change? In C, you should take 28,000 shares. Correct? In C, you should take 28,000 shares. And then A, B, C, D, E, and there will be some cash balance also now. You are understanding? That total value that you get, that students, you will divide by 8 lakh 42,000 units. Everyone clear? You will divide by 8 lakh 42,000 units and you will get the revised NAV. You want to try this? Listen, first you have to write down the note that I gave you. After you complete the note that I gave you, replicate exactly what you did in point number A with two changes. Change number one, in C, instead of 10,000, take 28,000 shares. Are you all ready? Because 10,000 already you have, 18,000 more you are buying, no? 28,000 share. And then apart from shares, there is going to be one cash also. Hello? And that cash, do you realize, is 2,40,000 just now we got. That you will divide by number of units. You will get NAV as on that date. And then in point C, students, we will go to day number 2 after this. We'll talk about that later. Right now, still on 1st of April only. Everyone ready? Okay, all right. So, please complete this note and get me the new NAV. The new NAV, of course, will be same only. Yes. Mohammed, correct. No, the NAV that you should get should be same as earlier. 119.05 only you should get, nothing else. See now, all rows will be same. Only that C limited row will change and one cash will come. That's it. See Priya, I hope you took cash also. Huh? Urmila, this is answer for which point? Same point number B. I'm again repeating, it has to be 119.05. Huh? It cannot be anything else. In number of units, you have taken 8 lakh. 842 you took. You took cash how much? 240, 800. Okay. In C, how many shares you took? 28,000. Just check A, B, D and E. Same rows as earlier. A, B, D and E. Everything same. Or you took next day prices. Hey, wait, then wait. Don't do anything. That is the answer for point number 3. See, you're understanding. You did it wrong, but you got it right. Like that. Students, same day, we are right now on 1-4 only. All done. Got 119.05. Now students, last point, you know what they are asking you to do? They are saying again calculate NAV on the next day, that is on 2/4/2009, and the market prices have changed. I hope you understood what is to be done. Same to same table copy paste as you did just now and just change the MPS. I hope you got full clarity on how to solve the question. 8 marks question, frequently asked. Okay, same to same copy paste, just MPS column will change and accordingly last column will change. You can write point number C, calculation of NAV on 2/4/2009. Calculation of NAV on 2/4/2009. One has already calculated the same. I think you're getting 122.08. Students, is this the same question? Please check. Number is also same. Market prices and all. Yeah. So ninth. So you see how ICAI in shortcut has done point number A. You did so much hard work. They have simply done straight away NAV 11 abracadabra 119.05. Done. Okay. Students, revised position, please check. You had got this number 10 crore 2 lakh 38,000 something like that, and 8 lakh 42,000 units also we have done it in a very systematic manner. Don't worry. Here in abracadabra you'll get the answer. Huh? Done. And then last date, check. Are you getting 10 crore 27 lakh 87,200? All numbers correct? Pipa. Romba simple. Okay. All right. So 122.08 final answer, or 122.075, whatever. Comfortable? Okay. Krishna, yes, of course. Don't worry. All right. So, in fact, by looking at all this now, you feel like in exam also we should do like this only, shortcut straight away. So yeah, they are also doing it. What should I say? You're understanding straight away. They're getting the answer. Okay. So with that we complete question number 10. Okay. We will now go to question 9. This is not a frequently asked question, but a good one. Okay, good question made by ICAI. Please read it carefully. So students, they have started the question on 1/4 and they're asking you to find the NAV on 34. It's a 1 month data given to you. And I hope you've understood that you calculate NAV, you will have to make one working note, that is calculation of closing cash. You're understanding? It starts with something and then lot of things happen during the month. So some cash comes, some cash goes. So what we will do is we'll first make working note 1, that is calculation of closing cash, and then we will go on to NAV calculation. Like that only one sum we had done no earlier also, if you remember, right? So, and then something about this Akash guy they are asking. We'll talk about all of this. Okay, just pay attention now. Don't write. Little tricky. This is question number 9. Working note 1. Calculation of closing cash. Particulars. Calculation. Amount. Let's start. Students, a mutual fund issued 20 lakh units at 10 rupees per unit, which means, do you understand that 200 lakh rupees the subscription received? Are you able to understand? So I'll write here subscription received. How much? 200, hold on, 20 lakh na into 10. So 20 lakh into 10, 20 lakh units into 10, 200 lakh rupees we received cash. Next, initial expenses we spent were rupees 12 lakh. So here do you realize that we will subtract initial expenses of rupees 12 lakh. Are you able to understand this? Initial expense subtracted rupees 12 lakh. Next, it invested the fund so raised. This 200 lakh you raised, no? They invested in different equity shares to build a portfolio of 185 lakh. Do you realize I will write shares purchased 185 lakh. Now in one previous question, this and this we had net off, and you remember 100 lakh was raised, 98 lakh was invested. We started with opening balance of 2 lakh. It's the same kind of calculation. Okay. All right. So next, shares we purchased 185. During the month of April, we disposed some of the shares costing 60 for 63 lakh. So do you realize we sold some shares? If we sold some shares, I will write add shares sold. But I am not interested in that 60 lakh. Now I hope you are realizing for calculation of cash, I will get 63 lakh. Everybody clear till here? Then what did I do? Then I used this money to buy more shares worth 56 lakh. Again I am buying shares. So minus shares purchased. Much 56 na? 56 lakh. Okay. What else did we do? Fund management expenses. We have to spend now. All these also fund management expenses for the month of April were 8 lakh. Oh. But out of this, 10% were in arrears. Wait. By the way, have we seen this fund management expenses earlier? Yes. Operating expenses paid during the year. Now we have seen that. Same thing. Fund management expenses during the year is 8 lakh. So I was supposed to subtract this 8 lakh from the cash balance. But then they are saying, no, 10% we are going to delay. 10% we will pay in arrears, means next month we will pay. Everyone ready? So do you understand, from a cash balance, entire 8 lakh will not go, 7.2 lakh will go. Everyone clear? So here I will write minus fund management expenses 8 lakh minus 10%, 7.2 lakh rupees got spent here. What else happened? Now this is a tricky adjustment. Everyone listen carefully. In April, the fund earned dividends from the shares it had bought, amounting to 2 lakhs. Okay, so that will add, na? I will write add dividends received 2 lakh. What is tricky here? Now I'll tell you. Then they are saying, and it distributed 80% of the realized earnings. Hey, pay attention here. Don't talk here and there. Everyone ready? Hey, important. Ready? Now, they are saying that it distributed 80% of the realized earnings. Hey, what do you mean by this? Means this mutual fund must have issued a dividend plan. I hope you're understanding. Dividend plan means all the unit holders will get dividends. And they are saying that the mutual fund now, whatever earnings they realized, they distributed 80% of what they earned. Now what students do, they take 80% of this 2 lakh. 2 lakh is what the mutual fund earned, and from that they gave 1.6 lakh as dividend. Raghunandan, very good, perfect. Do you understand, on day one of mutual fund I had told you that there are two realized earnings that the mutual fund will consider. One are the dividends and one are the realized capital gains. I hope you remember that. Rajarshi, yes, correct. Realized capital gain. Remember first lecture I had told you that in fact there were some sums where dividends distributed were also called as capital gain distribution. If you remember, one or two questions were there. The point I just want to tell you is that here, what are your realized earnings? Sir, it is 3 lakh realized capital gains plus 2 lakh rupee dividend. 5 lakh rupees are your realized earnings, of which 80% you are distributing. Correct now? That is 4 lakh rupees. Everybody clear? 4 lakh rupees. So I will write here less dividends distributed. Okay, that will be 63 lakh minus 60 lakh. Correct? Plus 2 lakh. The whole into 80%. Everyone following clear? The entire realized earnings distributed 80%. Okay, so that students will give you your final closing cash balance. Someone please help me with this. Final closing, oh thank you very much, 80,000. So it is 0.8 lakhs. Okay, final closing cash balance 0.8 lakh. But this is not NAV. This is simply a part of NAV. We have to do NAV now. This is closing cash balance. So I'll write here calculation of NAV. In fact, you realize the whole question was about closing cash balance only, nothing great there. So calculation of NAV, I'll do particulars, calculation amount. Okay, students, as of now I know that this mutual fund is holding equity shares and it has got some cash. Cash, do you realize I already have sorted from working note 1, that is 0.8 lakhs. Let us see about the shares. About the shares, they are saying on 30th April, the market value of the shares, can I say, is 198 lakh. So I will write here 198 lakh. Ready everyone? 198 lakh. Can we start? So I think there are no other assets that the mutual fund is holding. Only equity shares are. In fact, the whole question got over. There are no bonds listed, this, that, unlisted, other fixed incomes. Nothing is there. All game over. Everyone ready? Only this much is there. So do you realize that the market value of total assets comes to 198.8 lakh? Scan the question. Any liability and all is there? Is there any liability in the question? No, na? So then this only, can I say, will be net assets? Wrong answer. Students, there was this, very good. Can I say there were these outstanding expenses? No. Arrears. I hope you are able to understand. So that I will subtract less liabilities. And within liabilities, I will take fund management expenses payable. I hope you realize out of 8 lakh, 10%, that is 0.8 lakh. Now 7.2 we are already paid. I hope you are understanding. 7.2 we are already paid. 0.8 now was pending. That will be a liability for us, and that will therefore give you your net assets. It by coincidence comes back to 198 lakh. And this, do you realize, if I divide by number of units, how many units are there here? 20 lakh units. So if I divide by 20 lakh units, I will get NAV on 30th April 2012 as rupees 9.9. Everyone clear? But sir, this is not what they have asked. Oh, really? Yes, they have asked something else only. They are asking you something about Mr. Akash. Okay. Mr. Akash is an investor. He subscribed to 100 units on 1412 when it was issued at 10 rupees per unit. Are you all there? So I am writing here calculation of return to Mr. Akash. Okay. What is his investment value on 1/4/2012? 100 units into 10. Do you realize 1000 units, 1000 rupees he has invested? Now you will see, students, this that I am showing you now is basically module number 1 calculation. Investment value, value at the end, dividend received, then put in the formula. You remember that return calculation. So, and okay, so he subscribed to 100 units and sold all of his units on closing NAV on 34/2012. So I'll write here sale value. Sale value on 30th April 2012. 100 units, can I say he sold for 9.9 and therefore must have received 990 rupees. Everybody clear? 9.9 now NAV at the end we have calculated. But apart from this, do you realize he would have got some dividends also? Dividends during April. Okay, now the question is, how much dividends is the mutual fund distributing? Can I say the mutual fund is distributing total 4 lakh rupee dividend? Can you see this one? 4 lakh rupees. Total dividend was distributed 4 lakh. It was distributed amongst 20 lakh units. I hope you are able to understand. And this guy was holding 100 units. Everybody clear? This guy was holding 100 units. So do you understand that he must have got rupees 20 as dividend? Everyone clear? He must have got rupees 20 as dividend. What was his period of holding? Period of holding, do you realize, is 1 month. That is the month of April. Only 1 month he was there in this particular fund. So now what are they asking? They are asking you, what is his annual yield? We have done that in the last lecture, annual yield. So can I say therefore annualized yield will be, see if you remember, NAV1 minus NAV0 plus D1 the whole upon NAV0 into 100. But this is a return that he has got over a period of 1 month. On annualized basis, I will do into 12 by 1. Everyone, are you able to understand? And this will give you how much percent? Thank you so much. 12% per annum. Everyone ready? Should the question detail? Okay, please copy. Nothing great was there. 3 steps. First major question was to calculate closing cash balance. Then small part was to calculate closing NAV. And then now you have NAV0, NAV1, D1, everything you have. Find the return for an individual investor. This is like module 2 and module 1 mixed into one. You're understanding? One question. Well done. Ready? Okay, last question for the day. Okay, last question for the day. And now we will come to one of the most frequently asked questions again. It's very well made question. Question number 6. So the 6, 7, and 8. Okay, like these three are the favorites. Please read question number 6. One printing mistake. This is 31/3/2002. 31/3/2000. Okay, I'm giving you a task now. Read the question. Do you realize there is a dividend that the company is giving, mutual fund is giving, correct, to the investor? Students, you are this Mr. X, huh, now. You tell me, is this a dividend plan or is it a dividend reinvestment plan? Figure out. Search. There is a hint given. Is it a dividend plan or is it a dividend reinvestment? Either type D on the chat box or type DR on the chat box. What do you think? D or DR? Okay. Okay. I hope you realize both in D as well as DR, dividends will be announced. Huh? Hello. You have to only think whether whether it is D or DR. Yes, you are all correct. It is DR. How? Because you invested only 10,000 units. And when you are getting out, you are having these many units. How is that possible? Understood? You are having 10,000 units at the start, but when you are getting out with 11,296.11. That is a hint that these dividends that were announced now, you did not get cash, you got units instead of it. Everyone clear? So, in the notebooks, everyone write down question 6. And I am giving one extra note, okay? Additional note. Since number of units have auto increased from 10,000 units to 11,296.11 units, it is an indication that this is a dividend reinvestment plan. Everyone ready? Okay. Now stop and don't write. It is possible that this question remains midway today. Tomorrow we'll complete. Okay. Now please pay attention. Don't write. See. They are asking you what is the NAV on 31/3/2001. Okay. What is the NAV? Now students, for that, very peacefully read only this much information. This is enough for calculating NAV on 31/3/2001. Start reading, please. Are we ready? Okay. Now, I see AI has done abracadabra and got answer straight away. As you know me, I'm going to do dabaraka abra. You're understanding, no? Little bit detail I'll go. Okay. Now listen carefully. See what they are saying. On 1/7, we purchased 10,000 units of 10 each. Correct? So I'll write here date of investment 1/7/2000. Number of units purchased 10,000 at the rate rupees 10 per unit. Investment value on 1/7/2000 will be rupees 1 lakh. Till your story clear? Any doubts? No. Now, on 31/3/2001, I think you read it. The company has issued, which I have issued dividends. Not 10% dividend was announced, correct? So dividends announced will be 1 lakh into 10%, which is equal to rupees 10,000. Why 1 lakh? I hope you remember dividends are rate is always applied on the face value. Everyone ready now? Face value. Hello. I hope you realize on this date, this value must have changed. I hope you're understanding. It must have gone to some other number. But the dividend rate will always be applied on face value only at 10 rupees per unit. Everyone ready? Okay. So 10,000. But students, since this is a dividend reinvestment plan, do you realize you will not be getting this cash? You will be getting units. Now you will get new units. Now the question is, how many new units will you get? Students, that depends on at what rate this 10,000 was reinvested. Are you all able to understand? And that rate, do you realize, is the NAV on that particular date? Very good, very good. Yes, it is the NAV on that particular date. So I will say, look at the screen now. Let NAV on 31/3/2001 be X. I don't know what it is. If I knew what it is, I would have been able to calculate the number of units, but I don't know. So can I say, therefore, new units received on dividend reinvestment will be that 10,000, do you realize, must have been reinvested at the rate X? Full clarity is there? Okay. Therefore, total units that I will now have will be 10,000 units I already own plus rupees 10,000 divided by X. These are your original units and this is on the dividend reinvestment. Everyone ready? Do you therefore realize, if I open this up, this will become 10,000 X plus 10,000, the whole divided by X. Mathematics, everyone following? 10,000 X plus 10,000, the whole upon X are the total units held as on 31/3/2001. Story clear? Everybody following? Now, I want to ask you that, do you realize that, okay, today I invested this much. Today means, I'm sorry, on 1/7/2000 I invested this much. Do you realize in a span of few months, my number of units have become this much? Do you realize the value of my investment on 31/3/2001 will be 10,000 X plus 10,000, the whole upon X. These many units I have, and can I say each unit is having a value of X? Come on everyone, are you all able to understand? Each unit is having a value of X. So see, if I knew that I have got 10 units with me, each unit, okay, each unit is having an NAV of, let's say, 23. I will say now my total value I'm holding is rupees 230. Similarly, here are the total number of units I have, and each unit can I say is having a value of NAV is X. No, everyone clear? So therefore, if I calculate this, I am calculating this, and if I just solve this, X and X will get cancelled. Do you realize 10,000 X plus 10,000? Okay, ready everyone? Start. You understood now what I'm doing here? Okay. Now students, important. What is your period of holding? Can I say your period of holding is from 1/7/2000 to 31/3/2001? That is 9 months. Everyone listening? That is 9 months. Now, please listen carefully. Do you realize that annualized yield will be total NAV1 that you hold at the end of the period minus, do you realize, your investment value plus the dividend you receive, if any, the whole divided by investment value into 100. But can I say you are not going to be receiving dividends here? And since you will not receive dividends, that dividends must have been a part of total NAV. Everyone clear, no? So, following, okay. Sir, why are you pushing that 100 so far away? Because I hope you realize I'll also be doing into 12 by M, considering the fact that my, you know, period is less than a year. Everyone ready? Clear? Okay. So tell me, what is my total NAV at the end? Total NAV, do you realize, is this? Total. Number of units multiplied by NAV per unit. So 10,000 X plus 10,000 is basically total NAV. Minus investment value, as you can see, is rupees 1 lakh. The whole upon 1 lakh into 12 by 9 into 100. Do you realize should give you annualized yield for you over this 9 months period? But then, sir, how to calculate the X? I don't know. Oh no. Do you understand that in the question they gave you annualized yield? You are able to understand the question now. They gave you annualized yield as 153.33. So I'll write here annualized yield is 153.33%. So if I put 153.33 here, we can easily find X. Take your calci. Mahalakshmi, correct answer, yes. Take your calci. Take 153.33 on calci. Divide by 100 into 9. Divide by 12 into 1 lakh plus 1 lakh minus 10,000 divide by 10,000. You're understanding what I'm doing? Should get, I think, 20.5 is the X. Please check this number. Nothing, I just on Calci one shot calculated the whole thing. You got it now? Others? 20 point. Okay. And what is this 20.5? NAV on 30th, I'm sorry, NAV on 31st March 2001. It's 20. Oh God, we found one out of three things asked. Everyone ready? We found one out of three things. There 2 more years are there. Now, if you see the my solution, such a big solution this is. Okay, how much I have written and all that I have done. Okay. Yeah. 13th question. See, 13th ICA module. Same question, no? So, of course, the dates, the years have changed, not dates. The years have changed, but doesn't matter. Right? The same thing. Ready, everyone? So, I'll show you their solution now. Question 13. Friends, only this much. They got 20.5. Okay, but now I'm telling you, I give you this solution. Now you will not understand in your understanding. That is the reason we'll write full elongated solution properly. Huh? I see abracadabra. If you're comfortable, please go ahead. Because it will shorten your time required in the exam. But get grip on this. See if it makes sense to you. Done? Because you see, there is no dividend reinvestment being seen in the solution till now. It comes later on, but they have just they've got the answer. Anyways, they are also right only. Of course, they are right, but I think this gives full clarity. And these notes that you're writing, no students, trust me on one thing. When you sit to study on your own, you will never find that flaw in my notes where you will find, Arey, sir is doing like this in this question, then suddenly method is changing. You're understanding? Why you're doing like this here? Why you're not using that method here? What is separate in this? Sometimes it happens that 3 questions you study and you realize, oh, okay, like this you have to do. Chapter understood. And then fourth question, the whole world changes. You're understanding? Then you lose confidence because you know some other method only has been used. And then you start thinking, what is different in this question? Why did sir not do it as per what he did in the earlier question? So I used to hate that as a student, and therefore I hate it as a teacher also. And hence I'm keeping everything uniform. You're understanding? Same thing. So because of that, now sometimes the size of the solution could become big or small as compared to ICA, but the answer is telling. Everyone clear? Same to same. Okay. All right. So yeah, start copying now. We will copy this and see what is the time after you copy this, and accordingly we'll go for next point. Because I think today's lecture is till 9:30 only. And our treaty of Bangalore happened yesterday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Treaty cannot be enforced for Saturday, Sunday. The chapter is different. Please, on purpose, don't write slowly now. See? Okay. Keep done. Kita, done. So now please pay attention here. Muhammad done na? Manna done. Okay. Now see, please pay attention here. Uh, Here we have got NAV as 20.5. Okay, can we now find how many new units were received and how much total units and all that we'll find, na? Okay, write down. Therefore, new units received on 31 3 2001 will be 10,000 divided by x. Na? So it is 10,000 divided by 20.5. Much this is 487. Na? 487.8. 487.8 units. Therefore, total units on 31 3 2001 10,000 plus 487.8, 10,000 487. That's correct. Everyone following? No? 10,000 units you already had. 487.8 you will get extra. So 10,000 for done. Okay. So students, part 2 and part 3 is pending. Part 2 and part 3 will be doing in the next lecture tomorrow. Tomorrow I will try my best to complete the chapter only. Nothing. Let's see what happens. Okay. So thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care. Today's lecture understood? Yeah, yes on chat box and then leave. Okay. Today lecture was till 9:30 only, no? Tulsi Priya, the 10B is this, and the remaining I took from ICA. Which one you want, this one or ICA? Tulsi Priya, this is that. Just ensure that at the end you can also, we have all done. NAV is 1002 38 divided by 8. That came to chapter Forex. But those notes now might not be completely complete in a sense. Sometimes I ask students to try on their own, and that happens. Manna, recording will be there, no? There you take it. Best option. Lakshmi, yes, that issue is there. Is there. I'll figure out. Your attempt is when? Okay, I'll check. So, Mana, nothing is uploaded. Nothing. Okay. Just check and let me know tomorrow. Huh? Still it is there, now let me know. Chalo, bye bye everyone. Take care.